next guest at MBRF podcast, حور الخاجة, Senior Vice President of International Operation Dubai Tourism. Welcome. I'm so happy to have you here with me.
Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure.
I have heard off camera that I was your first podcast.
Yes,
experience,
you
so
are.
I'm so excited for this.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
So, Hoor, I want to know what technology innovation can be utilized to enhance the tourism experience in Dubai and make it more sustainable.
So, as Dubai Economy and Tourism, we are very mobile first and we're very data backed. So everything that we do across the industry on economy and tourism is all data driven. Maybe I'll give you two examples in the tourism sphere specifically. We are part of a startup incubator called Intalaq, along with Emirates Airlines, Microsoft and other partners, where we work on launching, supporting, accelerating and scaling up different startups that are specific tech startups, but in the travel and tourism space. Okay. So that's one of the things that the city offers to basically enhance technology in this stream specifically. Maybe I'll give you another example. Of course, it is the year of sustainability in the UAE. It's a very important year. As part of that, we do have a tourism sustainability strategy, one of which is basically we look at how the hospitality industry regulates and monitors, and also we encourage them to adopt sustainable practices. So we do have a carbon calculator. It was launched, I think, I want to say 5 years ago.
Wow.
It supports the hospitality industry, basically the hotels, to monitor in real time their carbon footprint across different elements of their operations, to help them, first of all, they understand where their carbon footprint is, and then when they understand it, they can optimize it. So these are just a few examples of some of the tech-friendly methods we're adopting to encourage more sustainability using technology in the industry.
So if it comes to tourism, what step has Dubai taken to promote sustainable tourism?
So I mentioned the Dubai sustainability strategy. The carbon calculator is one of them, but there is an overarching strategy with 19 pillars where we look at encouraging sustainability across the sector. And so it's not just about encouraging, it's also about rewarding. So we do have what we call the Dubai Sustainable Tourism Stamp, and
to
those
maintain it. True.
Exactly. So those partners or establishments that are adhering to the 19 pillars, or the more the better, they get the sustainability stamp. That's
which we find it when we go to certain areas or hotels at the door or inside on the reception.
They would get it like similar to the 5-star.
Okay. Beautiful.
Another example, which is one of my favorite, His Highness Sheikh Hamdan launched a few years ago the Dubai Can initiative. The purpose of the initiative was to get rid of single-use plastic, so the 500 ml water bottle. So maybe you've noticed even here in the trade center where we are right now, they've partnered with so many private sector sponsors across the city to offer free refillable water stations. Because obviously, culturally we were always used to using plastic bottles. We don't have natural sources of water. But now people are carrying canisters, which was never something we used to do. The knowledge changed, right? And they just go and refill across all the key hotspot tourist areas. You'll find
so
it
it's available in all the hotspot areas in Dubai,
including here,
it is,
right?
Yeah, I've
and
seen.
I think since His Highness launched Dubai Can, we have been able to save 15.5 million 500 ml plastic water bottles. And
this was launched in?
A couple of years ago.
That's beautiful. And how can this strategy, common sense it does, but how can this strategy play a role in the future to preserve natural resources? Like an example of this, even our mindset has changed as people from the community with changing and not using bottles, plastic bottles.
So this was exactly an example of how that was achieved. We were a culture where, again, we don't have natural water resources. We're a desert country. So using single-use plastic was very common, and then this shifted the entire mindset of the society. And we don't do it alone. It's Dubai. The beauty of Dubai is that there's such a great relationship between the public and private sector that when the public sector, His Highness, has a vision and he launches it, you see everyone backing it up, and the private sector also jumping in to support, and that's why this success has been possible.
And Hoor, to sum it up, how can the tourism experience in Dubai adapt to travelers' increasing interest in sustainable tourism and unique experience? So both together.
Exactly. A lot of things have changed post-COVID, obviously, and one of the things that we monitor in our industry is we monitor the changing patterns of travelers. People look for different things when they travel now. They look for example, more authentic experiences. They look for specific technologies. So one of the segments we've noticed is that there's a huge number of people who are really conscious and they look for sustainable options when they travel. So when, as a city or as a country as well, when we adopt and we show how serious we are in adopting sustainable practices. Obviously, it's the UAE Year of Sustainability. We're hosting the COP28. UAE is committed towards its UAE net zero strategy. It's committed to the UNDG goals. All of these things, when they're evident to people, when they're searching for travel, people are searching for Dubai, they're searching for UAE, it really shifts the narrative, and it makes sure that for those people who sustainability, and now it's growing, right? Sustainability is a big part of their goals and their agenda for their everyday lives. It puts us on the map as, you know what, I want to visit Dubai. True. They're a desert city, they come from a desert 100%. Country, but they're doing a great job in this space, and that's exactly where we aim to be.
And Hoor, to be very honest, maybe this is a question out, but it does affect the people of Dubai.
100%.
It changes our mentality. It changes. I'm like, okay, if this is, I know it's targeted for tourists, but it does change the mentality as well of the people of the city. I tell you,
no lies, water bottles are not allowed in my house. So we do the reusable thing. So again, these are things maybe we didn't think of 10 years ago, but الثقافة تتغير, you know. So alhamdulillah, it like you said, it goes first from the leadership to the society and then outwards as well.
Hoor, to sum things up and to end it, an advice to give to all our listeners when it comes to what can they, because a lot of us would think, oh, it's something small, it's one bottle, but maybe it does affect in terms of tourism, in terms of sustainability, in terms of a lot of things. What advice you want to tell them to all our listeners?
I think all of us are, first of all, we're ambassadors for our own cities, but also we're ambassadors to Earth as well, right? And if everyone thinks that we're just one person, then 7 billion people or 8 billion people are going to think I'm just one person. So really it starts at home with your values, with your family, and then it emits from there. And I think these kind of small, and it's not just for sustainability. For example, if we look at the example of health, right, and His Highness and all of the work he did towards like Dubai Fitness Challenge, and we went from a very maybe not very healthy society to one of the healthiest right now, and everyone's engaging in the gyms and healthy eating and counting your macros, and so it is a cultural shift, but it starts with the individual at home.
And we are.
Alhamdulillah.
Thank you so much.
It was a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
For being here with me, and I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day.
Thank you.
Thank you.